Hi everyone, Raani here. You're listening to Clean With Me, the podcast where we talk you through cleaning your house. Thanks for joining me. In this episode, we are going to be cleaning a bathroom. And while you're working on your bathroom, in between giving you little pointers on that, I'm going to talk on the subject of simplifying your life. So one of the first things you're going to want to do is remove anything that doesn't belong in the bathroom. Maybe someone left some dirty laundry on the floor. I know I don't like that, but it happens. Or maybe you just need to empty your trash. Or maybe there's a used Q-tip on the countertop. I don't know. But at this time, you're going to remove anything that just doesn't belong there. Whether it's someone's clothes that they dropped in the floor, a towel, a dirty towel, some trash, or you just need to empty your trash. No judgment here if people are blowing their nose and missing the wastebasket, so you got a little mess around the wastebasket. If you have kids, Anyway, just be removing anything that doesn't belong in your bathroom. You may also want to remove some items off the countertop that do belong there, but you're just going to want to clear that surface to get ready to clean. Or maybe you have a rug in front of your sink or in front of your bathtub or shower that needs to go out to the hallway for when you clean the floor. So while you're kind of prepping your bathroom for a nice deep cleaning, I will begin with my first point, and that's having a realistic routine. I'm not talking about in the bathroom, I'm talking about in life. Have you ever made a to-do list and then kind of wondered to yourself, how am I going to get this done? Because I never normally do this many things in one day. I feel like that's what happens when you write down everything that needs to be done. It's literally too much. So you definitely need to be realistic in your routine. Obviously, if you write things down or maybe you use an electronic calendar, if you plan your days, you will be more productive. You will get more done, but let's not go to an extreme. Let's not go from being completely behind on everything to getting caught up in one day. It didn't take you one day to kind of fall behind on your to-do list, your mental to-do list. So let's not write down a list that you're expecting to complete in one day. So sometimes I'll write down a to-do list and then I'll kind of modify it. Like, you know what? These items actually need to be done. These other things could be spread out across the week. So I feel like I'm the type of person who kind of deals in extremes. Like, okay, I'm going to get my act together today. And then you do too much and you get burnt out, or you don't get everything done and you feel frustrated. So have a realistic routine. By now you've probably taken out your bathroom trash, picked up any stray items, cleared off the countertop. How about putting some cleaner in the toilet bowl to soak? Basically, you're going to want to lift the seat, put whatever product you use, whether it's Comet, Ajax, a toilet bowl cleaner, maybe use something green, whatever it is, pour that in and then give the toilet bowl a swish with that brush and then let that chemical sit on your toilet bowl and do its work. You want to work smarter, not harder, and in cleaning, you want to give products time to do their work and not just immediately scrub them off or wipe them off. So the next thing you're going to do is work on your sink, faucet, and countertop area. And this task can be a little different for everybody. I tend to use a product that contains bleach for the white bowl of my sink, But then I use like a Windex on my countertops because of the shiny tile that I have. I talk about that tile a lot. It's the same tile I have in my kitchen on the floors. So, or maybe you have granite countertop and in the bathroom and you have a little spray for that. Whatever products you use, now's the time to clean that sink, countertop, and then lastly, the mirror and the faucet. I kind of do those in one step because once I've scrubbed the sink and the countertop, I'm polishing the mirror and the faucet with a glass cleaner. So that's how I do that. It's going to take you a few minutes. Obviously, I can talk faster than you can clean. So while you're working on your sink area, countertop, and mirror, I'll talk about my next point, which is having a realistic budget. That's another one of those areas where we tend to want to turn over a new leaf and go to an extreme. But an important thing to realize in creating a budget is to have a miscellaneous category or even an entertainment category or a fun spending category. And if money's tight right now and you can't do that, I get it. But if at all possible, have some wiggle room in your budget. You're more likely to stick with it. When you're simplifying your life, you want something sustainable. You want to have a sustainable plan. I think the reason that I chose this topic, I am in a very busy season of life right now. I'm calling it my 15-month plan so that I can see a light at the end of the tunnel. I will be starting my second week at a new job here in about 50 minutes from the time of this recording. I don't know when I'm going to actually publish the episode, maybe on my lunch break. I'm excited because I love my job. I'm going to be working from home. Well, I am working from home. Like I said, this will be my second week there. It is writing, but this is with a new agency, new to me, and I'm excited about that. But I recently completed my associate's degree, but I'm going on to complete my bachelor's because I was pretty close to that as well, 15 months away to be exact. That's where the 15-month plan comes in. Again, don't get sidetracked. Be working on polishing that bathroom counter. And of course, if you get that done early, you can move on to clean your bathtub or shower, followed by the scrubbing the toilet and then cleaning the floor and baseboards. But I'll talk more about that in a minute. So, yeah, working from home full-time, college student full-time from home. And, of course, also still raising the 3 youngest kids who live at home. So I am so busy right now, and I wouldn't call it sustainable, but, again, it's a 15-month plan. And I do get breaks here or there. I mean, yesterday was a holiday, so that was nice. I was off work, kids were out of school, and my husband was off. So we had a nice day together as a family. But yeah, I tend to kind of be rigid with myself, but at the same time, I don't want to be too rigid. I want my routine to be sustainable. I still want to spend quality time with my kids and keep my house under control in the background, if that makes sense. So, kind of the way I'm doing it is I try to do a little bit. Okay, Saturday mornings I clean the house. Okay, so some of you can relate to kind of a weekly cleaning. That's what I'm doing right now. But on weekdays, I get up and do my dishes on my lunch break if I have dishes. If there's only 2 or 3 things in the sink, I might do something else during that time. But I try to kind of get my machines going, like do a laundry switch, start a new load of laundry, empty, reload, and run my dishwasher during my lunch break. So if any of you work from home, you can relate, or maybe you just have a kid who takes a nap and you're kind of limited to that short time where maybe 2 kids are taking a nap at once. you'd be surprised what you can get done if you at least do your laundry and dishes and then take like 5 minutes to pick up your front room. That's not what this episode's about, but that's kind of how I keep afloat. And of course, I do a lot of delegating. So when the rest of the family's home. So yeah, have a realistic budget. I was kind of out of work for like a month and a half in between jobs. I have kind of a writing side hustle that I was doing, but I really didn't make much money at all during that time. So now it's time to get caught up financially, but at the same time, I'm keeping my budget realistic because you only live once and I want to still enjoy myself. And I know, like, you know, the Dave Ramsey thing is like, live like no one today so you can live like no one tomorrow. I get that. And I do make sacrifices in order to pay off bills. But at the same time, I want to keep it realistic. So that's my 2 cents there. Be working on detailing that bathroom. Another way that I simplify my life is staying organized with my handbag or purse. Something I did just a couple days ago was I bought some hooks for my closet. My husband screwed those in for me, but it's real easy. You can do it yourself. I just got these little white hooks that screw into the wall. You know, you could also get command strip hooks, whatever you like. If you're renting, especially, you want the stick-on ones that don't create new holes. But I hung up my tote bags and purses to where I could see them in my closet, because kind of one of the ways I stay sane is if I'm getting ready to go somewhere, sometimes I'll drop a smaller purse into a larger tote bag that matches the shoes and the outfit. But I had found that I was kind of digging around the perimeter of my closet through these bags, and they needed to be hanging up. So that's something that I do. Another thing during really busy seasons of life, and I've talked about this before, I think in really old episodes, but I try to carry a purse that literally matches 90% of what I might wear. Basically a purse that has black and brown, both. I'll carry that. And this is kind of a crazy thing that I've noticed. I was talking about carrying a smaller purse and then dropping it into a larger tote. But the drawback with carrying a really small purse, and I don't know if anybody out there can relate to this, it gets misplaced around the house because the purse is so small. So I found that sometimes I get tired of carrying a small purse and I carry a bigger purse. So right now I'm carrying a big, it's something in between a tote bag and a purse. It's black and brown, so it goes with everything. It's easy to get my large wallet and makeup bag in and out. When my husband goes, hey, can you stick this in your purse, handing me random items, I have the space for it. So when we're out, he tends to do that. So anyway, right now I'm carrying a large purse that is pretty much impossible to misplace around the house. And I was thinking with these smaller crossbodies, you know, if it's a designer brand, I could carry it for a special occasion, or maybe just because it's lightweight, I could carry it like when we go to like a fair or something, you know, how you want kind of like a lightweight crossbody when you're maybe going on a ride or something. Anyway, I won't be doing anything like that anytime soon. So right now I'm carrying kind of a large tote that's black and brown, and it's serving me well. So yeah, that's something that I do. Hopefully by now you've cleaned your bathroom countertop, sink, mirror, and faucets. It might be taking you a little longer if you're cleaning 2 bathrooms at once, running back and forth. But if your bathtub or shower needs a good scrubbing, now's the time to do that. I know that we have hard water here, so with our glass shower doors, even though we use the squeegee to wipe it down after a shower, we basically need to use a vinegar product. Sometimes I just use the Windex with vinegar. Sometimes I use some actual vinegar and water and kind of an abrasive scrubber to get rid of those water spots. So I'm just throwing that out there in case that applies. But this might not be a day that you're cleaning your bathtub or shower. Another tip that I kind of swear by is using a shower scrubber that's kind of on a stick so that you don't have to bend too much while you're cleaning your bathtub or shower. And if you don't have a tool like that, another tip would be to clean your bathtub or shower when you're actually in it, in the nude, showering. So that's something that I do sometimes as well. Of course, you're going to want to scrub your toilet. I mentioned I had hard water. So after I've cleaned my toilet bowl, I actually use a pumice stone on a handle. You may not know what that is. Look it up, Pumice. And, you can pick that up in the cleaning department with other cleaning tools at your favorite store. But, yeah, I have to kind of scrub that water line with the pumice stone. And guess what? My teenage son does an amazing job at that. I've been delegating the guest bathroom to him, but I clean the master bathroom, and we both use a pumice stone to get that ugly water line out of the toilet bowl. And don't be judging me thinking like, wow, if there's a line, you're going way too long. No, you don't know how hard our water is. So, for some of you, if you clean your toilet on a regular basis, you're not going to have any type of water line. And I get that, but it's a hard water problem if that line appears. Even the maid at my husband's work that comes in once a week uses a pumice stone. And, she's deep cleaning that bathroom just religiously every week. And we try to do a weekly thing here too, but, stuff happens. For sure, our guest bathroom is getting cleaned every week. Let's put it that way. That's one of my son's chores on a Friday. So anyway, once you've cleaned your toilet bowl, of course, you're going to want to wipe down all the exterior surfaces of the toilet. I like using disinfecting wipes. Another easy way is to use a disinfectant and some paper towels, or maybe you're old school or just, not wanting to waste paper and you use like a rag. That's fine too. But of course, you're going to want to wipe down every part of your toilet and avoid cross-contamination. That's kind of why I like wipes or paper towels, because I like to kind of throw them away after each step. But arguably, there's a disinfectant on your rag when you're cleaning, and you choose which order, you're going to do things in. But anyway, scrub that toilet and make that exterior shine. And of course, when you're down there on your hands and knees cleaning around the base of it, you're going to want to clean the floor around it where your mop probably isn't going to reach, and the wall and baseboard behind the toilet. When you're down there, that's when you do that. And then once your toilet's done, the last step is cleaning your floor. You're going to want to sweep and mop your floor. If it's a tiny bathroom, cleaning it by hand might be a substitute for mopping. A lot of times when I was the one cleaning the kids' bathroom / guest bathroom, I was cleaning the floor by hand at times because I wanted to wipe down the baseboards anyway, and there just isn't a lot of floor space. But if you have a larger bathroom, of course, you might want to use a mop. Let's see. My next point while you're finishing up with cleaning your bathroom has to do with kitchen organization. Keep your meals simple during a busy season of life. Maybe cooking's your hobby and you take pride in making these elaborate meals. That's me some of the time. It's not me right now. Right now I'm keeping it simple. And one of my tips is if someone else in your house likes to cook, and you're the one buying the groceries, make sure to get the ingredients for that meal that they like to cook. Because I know when my husband buys groceries and gets the ingredients that he likes to use, I kind of dread cooking with those ingredients. But when he gets ingredients for something that's one of my specialties, I'm like, okay, yeah, I got this. So I kind of do the same thing for him. I'll either get ingredients for something that I know he likes to cook. And I don't want him doing too much cooking right now just due to his health and that he's already working hard during the day. But he does still cook, and it's actually a hobby for him. So I try to get ingredients like for tacos. He makes amazing tacos. Or just ingredients that are so easy, like neither one of us minds doing it at the end of a work day. I'll throw out an example. You're probably like, what? What's easy? What about those trays of fajita meat that you might find in your grocery store where it's already seasoned and it already has the bell peppers and onions in there with the meat? I have 2 of those in the freezer right now. If your grocery store doesn't carry those, maybe you have like a Hispanic grocery store that does carry that type of meat. But yeah, sorry, my cat's making noises here. It's very helpful to have easy things like that, because what else do you need? Sour cream, shredded cheese, tortillas, maybe some pico de gallo sauce, just stuff that you just buy and like kind of set out, and then people build your own. So really you're just going to take a nonstick pan and cook that meat and vegetable mixture up, and then people are going to be putting together their fajitas. So that's one example of an easy meal we do. Another thing I'm kind of big on, and be finishing up your bathroom while I'm talking about this. Another thing I'm kind of big on, unless you're done, then make a grocery list. Cooking in the morning, whether it's putting together a crock pot meal or an instant pot meal to be started later. Sometimes my energy levels are higher in the morning before work. So that's something that I like to do. But keep in mind that prepping the dinner in the morning doesn't limit you to just crock pot meals, because you might be putting together a casserole that you could put in the refrigerator and then pop it in the oven later when you get off work, or, maybe you don't work, but maybe your kid is fussy at that time of day or whatever. Maybe you don't work outside the home. I realize taking care of kids is a full-time job, but, maybe you would rather, brown your meat and put together a lasagna or enchiladas or some other casserole in the morning, cover it, pop it in the fridge, and then heat it later in the day, or, start a crock pot. Kind of my routine right now on days that I start a crock pot meal, I do it on my first 15-minute break, because I don't need the food to start at like 7 or 8 in the morning. So I'll start it at like 11 a.m. and then it's ready in time for dinner. And yeah, I'm still making dinner when I do that, but it just feels so much easier. So homemade soups, chili, things like that. Or like I mentioned with the fajitas, some meals are just so easy to throw together, you don't mind doing it after work. Another one that I don't mind doing after work, spaghetti. Brown some ground beef, heat up the noodles, use a jarred sauce. Okay, heat up the water to boil the noodles, use a jarred sauce is one way of doing it. Another way, if you don't want to make any kind of mess, is using pre-made meatballs. Then you don't even have to cook the meat. So anyway, sandwich stuff. There's always that. On days when my son is here, my kids go to a hybrid school where they're at home on some of the days, and my 10-year-old son likes making tuna sandwiches, and he also likes making macaroni and cheese. So I make sure I have the ingredients on hand for him to make those things, because he likes to make my lunch on days that he is at home, and we both like like a lot of the same things, which includes tuna sandwiches and boxed macaroni and cheese. I do make a really good macaroni and cheese from scratch. But again, I'm in a busy season of life, so I'm letting my kid make the craft. Okay. So anyway, just to recap, have a realistic routine. Yes, make a to-do list, but give yourself some free time. Number 2, have a realistic budget. Give yourself some fun money. Pay off bills gradually, but enjoy life a little bit now. Number 3, get organized with your handbag or purse. Sometimes switching purses, if you put a card in an outer compartment or something, can cause you to be out somewhere and realize you don't have your bank card. So be careful about that. And maybe put a smaller bag into a tote bag, or maybe just pick a bag that matches everything. You can always get back into a phase of wearing a different bag with every outfit, but if you're busy, maybe just pick one all-purpose bag that serves you right now. That's what I've done. And then number 4, simple meals. The other thing I meant to talk about with kitchen organization, those drawers in the bottom of your refrigerator. We have one drawer for like the deli meats and one drawer for produce, but it used to be that we were setting some things on the shelves, and then when you put a lot of leftovers in the refrigerator, you don't see. I apologize for that bell ringing. It's the cat. I should have kicked her out of the room. You don't, sometimes you misplace things, produce or lunch meat, and it goes bad. So what I've done lately, this may seem like a no-brainer. Maybe everybody does this, but all the lunch meat and all the cheese goes in one drawer, and then all of the produce goes in the other. So every time I go to get some vegetables or something, I'm opening that produce drawer and I see if there's something that needs to be tossed. Or every time I go to make my kids a sandwich for school, I'm opening up that drawer and I can see exactly how much cheese I have, how much uncured ham I have in there. So anyway, let's wrap this up because I've got to get to my day job here in a minute. I'll edit this later on, but don't forget to visit cleanwithmepodcast.com. I haven't updated the blog in a while. Again, I'm in a busy season of life, but check that out if you haven't already done so. Don't forget to follow us on social media. I know Jessica has an Instagram for Clean With Me Podcast. And of course, we have our Facebook page, Clean With Me Podcast. So definitely follow us on social media. I hope you got a bathroom or two cleaned during this episode. Thank you so much for listening. Special thanks to our financial supporters on Patreon. But most of all, just thank you for listening. And as always, happy cleaning. We'll talk to you in the next episode.